You know, your first is really important when it comes to any series and certain game franchises. Sure, can be intimidating, depends on how much history that thing has behind it. Like, yeah. Yeah! And Five Nights at Freddy's has been around 10 years at this point, and saying that it has been a massive influence on mascot horror is just... well, a dumb statement, really. I mean, FNAF have been around for a long time, guys, and there's no way you haven't heard about the series whenever some children or teenagers or even hardcore fans of the series won't stop screaming about it when Freddy starts spitting bars. But for some reasons, you never play a FNAF game before and you want to get into the series, but aren't sure where to start because all you've heard are a bunch of kids got murdered in this establishment while knowing that sad kids never leaving the pizzeria alive, while dying from information overload, and also what's the deal with these trash gangs. Then, allow me to help. FNAF series have always been amazing series, but where you start in the series does kind of matter, and it can be kind of confusing your first time around. Well, if you paid close attention to the lore, that is. So if you trust me and you want to give FNAF a shot, then join me on this adventure down this lane featuring homicidal robot that may or may not want you to get out of this place filled with traumatic experience, and let me tell you what your first FNAF game should be. So let's just start with the basics here. Most FNAF is different, like drastically different environment-wise. Basically, different pizzeria means it's a new game, as in completely new story, new characters, gameplay with a whole shebang. And the only thing they have in common is the colorful cast of characters, team, killer robots to look out before they kill you, chicken the chicken, you know, the big chicken, and characters that have the same name but they're different somehow for some freaking reason. Nothing more, nothing less. With all that being said, technically you can start anywhere in the series and you won't be lost, but be real, certain installments are better than the other when it comes to getting into the franchise. And where I think you should start is going to be based off a few things. So major disclaimer guys, before some of y'all go all nuclear in the comments, but my suggestions are not going to pick on what I think is quote unquote best FNAF game, because honestly, it's just subjective. Many have their favorites for different reasons. Enjoyment is based off of preference after all, and because the series has so much variety of stuff to offer, stating which one is the best is just, well, suicidal honestly. If there's really isn't a right answer, and I'd rather not have an angry mob of people burn down my village and steal my crops. But when it's talking about where to enter the series, I'm going to looking at a few things. Number 1, enjoyment/reception. Like, is the game seen as fun as most people and is overall critically praised, and not a polarizing love it or hate it experience? Number 2, presentation. How does the game look? Like its art style, its atmosphere, yada yada yada. Honestly, this is going to be left up to interpretation for a lot of people. Basically, is the game ugly or not? Number 3, accessibility. What system you can play the game on? How easy is the game to get into? Will the game smash your little face in with a hammer? Basically, how simple it is to slide into the game and the gameplay. And do you need a computer from 1993 to play it? Yeah, okay, moving on. Number 4, representation. Does the game show off what the other FNAF game kind of like and have the general vibe for majority of the series, both new and old? Number 5, what about the side games and spin-off series, Vic? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna talk about the main installments of the series, guys. If it's considered canon to the main storyline, that's what I'm talking about. And I know I just broke some of y'all's heart, and I know FNAF World and Freddy in Space are people's jam, but there are over 8 billion FNAF titles, and I'm just trying to make this easy on new people and myself included, so bear with me, okay? So now that we all know what I'm going to be looking at, and when it comes to some of these suggestions from FNAF 1 through Secret of the Mimic, allow me to take you on a magical journey if you're one of those lucky souls who hasn't gotten into the series yet and hasn't lost part of themselves to when I'm after a crazy plan to become an animatronics. Welcome to Vic's newcomer guide to the FNAF series. I'm just trying to help for realsies, as promised. Starting this off and literally made over 10 years ago, the original FNAF, and I mean from 1 to 3, which has your typical camera system. And of course, most people would kind of assume that if you want to start FNAF, you should start with the first few games with the camera system, which is considered the main norm of FNAF. And it's pretty much understandable, consider the first game is one what makes the franchise popular, since a certain guy with a pink mustache makes it where it is now.
I'm not Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm me. I'm Markiplier.
And the game still holds up and available in variety of devices like PC, your phone, iPad, as well with a phone strapped to their face, consoles, and a screen on your fridges, etc, etc. These 3 games are basically a good place to start, since these 3 games plays almost exactly the same, so if you want to get like the gist of FNAF, then these 3 games are basically your best bet. Moving on, we have FNAF 4. In a nutshell, this game is basically overcoming your sleep paralysis demon that is trying to kill a little kid that disguises itself as robots, the video game. This installment is different from the previous 3 because this game ditches the typical security camera gameplay, because this game takes place in a house while trying to avoid the gang to kill you. You know, the kid should have just locked the door instead of just leaving it open like that. You know, it should have saved some trouble, but who cares? This is a video game. Overall, the game itself is fine, but the game does lack some hints near the end of the game, but if you get the gist down, then you probably can beat it. I guess. I believe in you, don't worry. Next we have Sister Location. Again, very different from past game, but at least this time, the game is a lot more hand-holding than the previous one. Nothing much to say about this installment, but at least it tells you what you need to do most of the time. Cause it is. Like, you just start the night and then you get called by tour guide Barbie, and then it tells you what you need to do, where to do it while trying to avoid killer robots, get to the location to do the thing, and then you do it. Ta-da! Okay, if you complete night 3, you don't have to continue, cause there's night 4. Yeah. That's the sound of night 4 being where the hand-holding part being set on fire and push it off a cliff. Overall, very straightforward and it's fine, but night 4 can suck my big, jolly, fat dick. Moving on, we have Pizzeria Simulator, aka FNAF 6. Yeah, you ain't slick, Scott. Remember back when this game was announced and people thinking that it was a side game? But it is not. You lie, Scott Cawthon, you lie! Anyway, this game is basically managing your own pizzeria with like typical FNAF game on the side, and it's honestly pretty good. If you like management games like those tycoon games where you manage your own establishment from God's perspective, like buy stuff to keep your guests entertained and even play the mini games. So, if you like management games and FNAF at the same time, then this game is like perfect for you and available now for it's free, check it out. So if you have like a PC or laptop that runs like pee pee poo poo garbage, then this game is for you. If you like FNAF series that is just fun and also scary overall. Throwing this in again cause you know it's free. Next, we have Help Wanted 1 and 2. So when FNAF first came out and a lot of people are wondering what will FNAF be like in VR, and because of that, fans are dying to have an official game to play in VR mode, and lo and behold y'all, FNAF Help Wanted was created. And honestly, it's very good. So if you haven't had the chance to play it, then I do recommend playing it. Heck, you don't even need a VR to play it. Not me though, cause surprise surprise y'all, anything is scary when you have a toaster strapped to your face and the sensation of Freddy Fazbear making out with your ear is all too real. Cause Lord knows, I'll never really know because there's no way you're getting me in that white hell's box since I love myself, and also I have a fat head so I'm not even sure if it'll fit me properly. But then it comes the big question. FNAF Help Wanted 1 or 2? Who cares? They're both fun. So pick a combo meal, y'all. You'll get food either way. And normally one's cheaper, I guess. Next we have FNAF Security Breach. Where do I even start with this? Okay, so this game is kind of a special case cause when this released, it semi-caused the community to implode into total mayhem and the great FNAF fan war began. I have a very complicated relationship with this installment. Security Breach is our first free-roam FNAF game, and we all kind of hoping for one back when FNAF was first came out, and we got this. Yeah, I don't know what went wrong here. I'm not sure what happened during the development of this game, but all I can say is that it's pretty troubled, I guess. Since the scale of this game is quite big for the developer, and with that, a few game-breaking bugs is bound to slip through. And when I say a few, I mean a lot. And this installment also introduces a lot of lore stuff that just confuse as hecky with a lot of readable stuff, as well to make sense of where to go next. And I recommend a guide on some puzzles and where to go in this game instead of reading of what to go next in this installment. 1. Reading is a terrible invention that needs to be destroyed. And 2. It saves a lot of time, trust me, cause I am not wandering around aimlessly or trying to solve puzzles that need an IQ of 500 to solve. Please look up guides if you want to beat this game. It's not very satisfying without looking up guides, let me tell ya. The only good thing about Security Breach is probably the free DLC. And also, the story is terrible or great depending who you talk to. So Security Breach is the definition of love it or hate it. So again, can't recommend it, but if you like the style of the game and the general vibe, that's okay, I won't stop you from playing it. Just be sure to look up guides if you're feeling frustrated when it comes to certain aspect of the game. Overall, the game is a mess, to be honest. And I actually like Security Breach, which is saying something, but I know better. This game has caused problems. We lost a lot of good people during the Security Breach wars, oh boy. Okay, you know what, moving on. Moving on, next we have Secret of the Mimic, which is based off the character from the book series. And the entirety of the game, you are basically hiding and avoiding from a fake bitches that disguises itself as one of the real bitches. And that's basically it. Overall, it's a solid FNAF game that introduces a lot more stuff from the previous series, while also giving you a poop your pants type of gameplay near the end. But also, it's kind of just like Security Breach, but at least there's like 0 bugs or glitches you can encounter in this game. And I do recommend this since it's the most recent entry to the series, and starting here is like perfect. So yeah, good and a solid FNAF game. We recommend it. As for some honorable mentions, yes, I will also tap into some FNAF side games and spin-off series, not fan games, like FNAF World, the Freddy in Space series,
Not you.
and Into the Pit. Into the Pit is a retro pixel style game, and honestly, it's okay. Like, the whole game is based off of a book series, and as far for the gameplay and the story, it's fine. Like, it's not that engaging and stuff, but overall, I have a good time of it. And there's Freddy in Space series. They're cool. And if those are not your cup of tea, then there's also FNAF World. You know, that one rainbow that shared the same voice actor with Jimmy Neutron, but instead of sounding like a happy jolly Oompa Roompa rainbow, this rainbow have a personality of every teenager's devastating mental condition.
Dumbass.
But then again, it's kind of my comfort game when I don't have to deal with dumb stuff on the internet and just sees my team just do big numbers on the boss.
Delicious.
So that kind of wraps up my massive FNAF series rambles. I know this series can seem really tiring from the outside looking in, but you can really choose any games at randoms, and chances are you're gonna land on something good. It's kind of a miracle really, since all the games have the same kind of gameplay and vibes, but offer something different. So the fact that the series has been alive for almost 10 years while being just fun and scary and also goofy, never take a few bad apples. FNAF is iconic for a reason after all, so I hope this video will help you get into the series in some way or somehow, I don't know. But I'm honestly curious, what was your first FNAF game or experience, and what's your favorite in the series? Because everybody got a favorite, Lord knows I do. So please, leave a comment and tell me all the things. Who's your favorite animatronics? Do you think Security Breach or Special Delivery was a mistake? Because I know a lot of people sure do. Tell me all your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. I am going to eat some pizza or something like that, or take a nap, probably take a nap. Alright Toodles everybody, it's been real.